Leslie Richards, I'm the General Manager and CEO of SEPTA, and I have the honor of leading the 6th largest transit agency in the country. We provide transit on buses, subways, trolleys, regional rail for the greater Philadelphia region, which is 6 million people. I came through environmental. Environmental science was always an interest of mine. In fact, I worked for the EPA a little bit, and I got introduced to air quality issues. Then after being a stay-at-home mom for 8 years, I came back into the industry and got a job with an environmental consulting firm that specialized in transportation. So my very first transportation project was one of the largest in the Commonwealth, which was the I-95 Pennsylvania Turnpike Interchange project, and realized how we can help people and communities, and I've been in the transportation industry ever since. I used to be embarrassed by it, or I didn't want people to think that I was a slacker or that I wasn't taking my career seriously when I mentioned that. But I think it's really important, and especially now. I mean, there's a lot of things to do and a lot of things that require our focus, especially during the last couple of years, and I'm really happy that I was able to do that and then jump right back in. I find it to be really supportive. It gives me energy to know that all of these women are around there, and truly feels like a safety net and truly a sisterhood. So early on, when I was getting involved in representing my community as a township supervisor and getting into elected office, a good friend told me there's always a pothole to fill, but make sure that you decide what you want to accomplish, because if you don't, after you're done with your term, all you'll be able to show is all of these potholes that you filled, and there'll still be more to fill. And so I just think it's really important to have a strategy and keep the big picture. So for me, it's diversity and inclusion, it's working with our communities, it's being people-focused, it's helping our customers. And so I want to keep that focus every day, and how do my actions fulfill those goals? Because otherwise, there's always an emergency here at SEPTA that needs attention, and you don't want that to be your legacy. I think it's really important to be yourself. Just as we talked a little bit about how I never spoke about how I was a stay-at-home mom, you really have to embrace it. You never know how sharing your story can help somebody else. And I think it's something, especially women, I think we just underestimate the value we have and how we can give others ideas. I was the first female PennDOT secretary, first female chair of the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I'm the second female here. And people aren't used to seeing women in some of the roles that I've had. And so just showing up sometimes and letting them know that there's no right way to do this job, and that there's definitely no one who could know everything that this job requires, or any job really, and just to reach out when you need help. And that is not a sign of showing people you're not capable for the job. It's a sign of showing you want to get the best answers and have the best information to make your decisions, and embracing that. So back in 2012, I had just run for county commissioner to represent the 3rd largest county, Montgomery County, over 800,000 people. And I was in line to become the president of a civil engineering firm that I'd been working with for a few years. And I was really excited, and I thought I could do both, but I realized that I couldn't. I had 3 kids at home, I was working 70, 80 hours a week, and I just couldn't keep up with it. Plus, being an elected official is really full-time. And so I made the very heartbreaking decision to leave the civil engineering firm. And I thought, is anyone ever going to remember that I was in transportation? Is anyone ever going to remember, the work that I've done? And so I was in government, and then I got the call that I won the 2013 WTS Philadelphia Chapter Woman of the Year Award. And I have to tell you, it was such a lift that I hadn't been forgotten in the industry. I had been out of the industry for about a year at that time. And I can't even tell you what a grateful feeling that was. And also, when I was appointed by Governor Wolf to be his Secretary of Transportation, and the first female in that job, when I went down there, I had one box with me, and it was the box with the WTS Philadelphia award. And every time I would hit a bump in the road, The irony of it was the bump was on the turnpike, which I would become chair of shortly after. I would hear the bell ring on the award, and I really felt that all of WTS was with me. And while I wasn't sure how I was going to address all those challenges, I knew that I would have the network of women that had helped me get there. And so it was really great. And I just want to point out the awards right there, and there's the bell. And it really brings back good memories and gives me strength when I need it. That one's true, and I love this award because how many awards do you have that actually work? Yeah. You know, like can't you hear it like ringing in the back of my car as I was driving down to? But I am so being honest. WTS like put me back into like I am a transportation professional.